Hi, you're on Figure Transformations, and what I want to discuss is making sure that we're getting enough rotational movement patterns in throughout our day. You got to realize every time that we rotate, my glute should be kind of pushing me and helping me. So in one way it pushes, and the other way it pulls. And all too often, myself included, I have not done enough rotational movements. I did it when I was doing martial arts. A lot of times we're kind of moving and we're twisting, but we always tend to kind of twist in the same ways. And if you're right-handed, we tend to favor a left rotation over a right rotation. This is where some of the old school videos, in my opinion, are really helpful in terms of kind of making sure that we can kind of twist and turn all the way. So if you're not doing something that involves a lot of rotation, this is where we could stretch. So I might kind of sit on the edge of a table or in a chair, kind of work that stretching. This is where the percussion therapy comes in very handy too. So I might kind of twist myself a little bit and get into that oblique throughout area. Now we got to understand too, sitting is different than standing. So different muscles are going to come in. So this is more oblique, QL, there we go. Now if I'm standing, I might do that same thing. Now I might target my glute a little bit. My hip area will allow better rotation. And I'm going to go to the other side, so I'm going to rotate. I'm much stickier going to my right and my left. And it's kind of good to take note of which way you are tighter. Again, I'm going to kind of get this right into that glute max area, and I'm going to work that rotation. There we go. Now another position I'll sometimes take for this to get my hips is I'll kind of go into pigeon stance, okay, turning my feet in, duck, and get into that same kind of hip area. It's important to, when you're doing the percussion therapy or even exercising in general, to make sure we're getting in this huge variety. A lot of our exercises are two-dimensional. Okay, we're kind of just working in this frontal plane. A lot of times we're not working in the side, never mind our sagittal planes. Okay, so we got to make sure we're working all our ranges of motion. I just made some good videos today with barbell rotation. Okay, I didn't make another one. I'll make one tomorrow in terms of kind of rotating all the way. Now you can take a like barbell too, same thing. I can work my twist. Okay, so we got to make sure we're working our spinal flexion and rotation. Because all too often, myself included, I got very stiff and tight here because I was always working on kind of flattening my back. I was never doing enough stretching and progressing through my movement patterns enough. I just want you to take some of this kind of information and think about if you're using it, if you're incorporating it into your workouts, whether it's stretching, percussion therapy, exercise. Make sure that you're getting these types of movements in, because a lot of times as we get older, we get scared of these movement patterns, and when we get scared, that fear factor makes us tense, and when we're tense, we increase the likelihood for an injury exponentially. So we want to make sure that we're not fearful of our movement patterns, because over time, the more fearful we get of movements, the more likely we're going to kind of injure ourselves. The more comfortable and confident we get, whether it's through percussion therapy, exercising, the stronger we get, the better we feel, the more confident we are, the less likely we are to tense and have any kind of issues. So make sure that we're working, whether it's stretching, using the percussion therapy, in my opinion, is the best solution. With these stretches, you can get so much more out of a stretch when you systematically use this to target certain muscles that are restricting our movement patterns in and out of these positions, or doing some kind of exercise that requires a lot of kind of rotation. TRX is another great one, adding a lot of rotation and movement patterns in. I'm going to try and start to document or give some other key ideas about this as I explore it a little bit more. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please reach out to me. Appreciate it. Thank you.